Well, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, however you want to take it. I'm going to give you a little bit of watch list for next week, starting on 7/16, Monday. First, I want to mention ISR. We probably have a little memory of what happened to it on Monday. It was a great runner off of great news. ISR. It ran all the way from 47 cents all the way up to $1.50. Some of us got in this and some of us got out and some of us got stuck in it. Because right after hours, right before the market closed, 8 Eastern Central Time, they come out with a public offering 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes right before the market closed. And that really ticked me off. But the thing dipped on down, so I got in it on the dip. I didn't read the news, I said, man, this must be a great opportunity to buy me some shares. So I bought some shares, and then I was stupid enough not to check out the news before I got in, and it was a public offering. So I told everybody in the room, I said, just let it sizzle out all week long. Wait until Monday and watch if we don't see 60 cents. Well, look right down here. This is what I said Tuesday, and it hit 60 cents. So we give it a whole week to cool off. I think the offering's finished. I think they collected their money. So I'm going to put ISR on real high alert for next week and see what happens. There's probably some bad sediment in it right now, but I know there's a lot of people stuck in it also because this ran up on excellent news. So let's keep ISR on the watch list. The next one I want to talk about is ENSV. ENSV, as you can tell, had a breakout. Let me remove drawing so we can see this a little bit better. They've been consolidating here at 114 resistance between 112 and 114, and then had a little breakout Friday. The momentum ran it up all the way to 122, 123 cents, $1.23. So on this one here, I'm expecting maybe a small pullback, not much. I want to see how the volume runs on it. Let's get me a different tool up here. We're going to put a support level right here around 118, 120, and right around 119, somewhere in this vicinity. It could dip back down here to 115 again. So we got different support levels on this, but I think this is a momentum play. This is a good swing play. My target is $1.50, or it can go higher. So let's keep ENSV on watch. The next one will be SNES, SNES. SNES had news Friday. It was down at a low here Thursday at 123. Right at into close, it started bouncing up. We had an ascending triangle go all the way up to 185. Then it pulled back from 185 and collected a consolidation right in here between 160 and 165. So I think this will continue on upwards. I have a support right here at 157 just in case it dips oversold area. I'll probably jump into it. I'm not in it right now. This is SNES. And one of my favorite plays Friday was, and I've been shouting this out a little bit, if you pay attention to me, was PIXY. PIXY had great news. It was on a Walmart video. It caused the stock to have some momentum. Also, the conference call was Friday after hours. It talked about a deal maybe with Amazon and also a pizza company. But we got into this right around, well, earlier that day we got into it. I consolidated right around here, around 403. And we were watching it on the EMA 8, 13, and the 20. And it seems like it held pretty well on that EMA 8. You see that white line right there. And right about when we started saying it's going to break out, it did. It broke out from 403 all the way up to 537. I mean, a powerhouse on that run. and then it pulled back. After hours, it dipped all the way down back to 418. So anybody that got in that trade, it consolidated right at 448, had a little bounce up, bounce, pulled back down, and then hit that high resistance again of 494, pulled back to the moving average again. So let's keep PIXY on watch. I do expect another pullback from it. When the volume slows down, there should be some sellers in here because it is kind of a pump and dump, but it also has great news. Earnings were great. I mean, 100%. They hired help. They cut the cost, the earnings per share down to -6, which was around 11 cents. So there's a lot of positive things going on with PIXY right now. So let's see if we can keep the momentum up, play any kind of pullback. It's oversold if you see $4. If it's around 440 to 450, it could be a nice little entry right in there. And it did consolidate a little here at 465. So let's keep an eye on PIXY. And then I'm going to add another one to the watch list. This is PIRS. Whoops. PIRS. I'm going to pull up the year's chart. There's a couple of different moving averages I use. I use what I call the 200-day and the 50-day SMA on a swing trade, or an idea where I think, we're going to get oversold, or we're going to have a sell-off, or we might have a bounce up. Well, you see the 50-day moving average crossed down over the 200, which created another little sell-off there. And then on the way back up, it touched up to that 50-day SMA. So I'm personally thinking that we could fill this gap in here up from 560 to 642 if it wants to continue a bounce. I see a support resistance level right around 617. But you're at a pivot point on your chart right now, right here on the 50-day SMA at 560. You can see how it touched up here, pulled back, and then it broke out to the resistance level 617, and then came back down, failed the 50-day SMA, created a little support right around here from this previous one right here on this area, which is right around 461, bounced back up to that resistance level, pulled back and hit the 50-day SMA, then took off like a tiger, pulled back, pulled back, pulled back, pulled back, pulled back, and now I'm starting to see a little bit of positive momentum as it hits the 50 SMA. So let's see if we can break that 560, carry it up to 640, and that'll be a good opportunity. Or get out at 617 or $6. I always like to get out in the heat. Looks like there's another little resistance right here at 589, so let's put that in there. I can tell by the way these candles stack up right in here. See how that happens? How it touched down right here, how it touched up right here. So let's keep that on watch. It's PIRS. The next one's going to be on watch is BIOC. I'm going to also look. Let's take a look at the. Before I get too carried away, I want to just give one more little look right in here. Maybe a pullback to about this area right in here, 543, if that happens. So let's keep PIRS on watch. The next one we're going to be looking at is BIOC. Now, BIOC was a pretty play last week. You notice it ran most of the week, pulled up, consolidated, bounced up, pulled back to a support, bounced up a little bit, pulled back right back to that support, and then took off Friday. And in the room, I called $11, I called $10, called $11, and I called 12. And when it pulled back after hours, I think people just got out of it because it ran up all the way to 12, and a little fear hit the BIOC. So let's keep BIOC on the watch list. Look for volume, see if it takes over the price, and The next one on the watch list is GLUU. Now I noticed GLUU is a good runner, good stock. We had a 665 high last week, and then it pulled back and dropped to 610. And once it did that, I had a 608 support on it with this real red line, but we just come real close to it. So it hit the 610 and bounced back up and hit that 630, pulled back, hit the support again, then bounced on up and consolidated right around here at 635 and pulled back down again to this support level right here, which is, you can tell, I'm going to kind of say this is an oversold area right here. So I'm going to put support right around 622. This is on GLUU. GLUU still has some momentum. I have a $7.50 price target on it, but I want to see it pull back or maybe check out the volume and the price. These are Bollinger Bands right here, along with the 8 EMA, which is, let me see which one is that. Sometimes I have to, the VWAP and the Bollinger Band. Okay, it's a VWAP line, and that's the white one. It's a single line VWAP with the Bollinger Bands, and that's one of my other charts. So this white line is the VWAP, and then these are the Bollinger Bands right in here, the purple, the blue, and the red. So let's keep GLUU on watch and add that to the watch list. And the last one we're going to do, and there's a lot of them, we run off the scanners every morning off Trade Ideas, and I plan on getting the equity feed also to add to the room, because I've traded with equity feed for 6 years when I first started trading, so that's the one I'm really fond of. So we got BDR. BDR's had a good run last week also, but one thing I like about BDR is it likes to pull back and then it likes to bounce up. So let's see if we can get a pullback on BDR, maybe right around this level of 140. Right now it closed at 147. It'll be right under the VWAP, or the Bollinger Band bar, the purple one. And we got the VWAP here at 148, so it closed just under the VWAP. So let's add BDR to the watch list and see how it goes. And let's just take a real fast look. And I want to show you something, one of my tools that I use, which is the 200-day and the 50-day SMA. Right here we have a golden cross. Golden cross is when the 50-day will cross over, or any kind of moving average will cross over. So we've got the 50-day crossing over the 200, and it just keeps on going up. And every time this stock dips down to that 50-day, it bounces back up. Dips down to that 50-day, bounces back up. And then this time you could tell that it created a little support, and that was right around 102. So we ran all the way up to 160 Friday. So when this thing needs to consolidate, needs to pull back a little bit, I think if it does pull back a little bit, we'll continue the triangle on up. So low support will be right around the 50-day SMA, which is around 112. So keep an eye on the price action on BDR. I'm Washboard Jim. I'm the singing day trader. I want you to keep it fresh, keep it simple. I got a couple links below. One of them is Stock Twits and the other one is Twitter. And I wish everybody a great day. And this is my part of my watch list for next week. Plus, like I said, I run off the scanner. Have a good day.